Listen, it's going to be hard.
Let's talk about this, Sandrine. How come whenever you and I are having a little bit of a rocky patch, you start shifting your attention to Leo?
Yeah, Sandrine, why is that?
Oh, that was the past. And, the only time I was really going on Leo was because Jack had been neglecting me. And also Leo is a very, there was just a phase that went him. And also it's interesting. I stopped talking to him when he started talking to his girlfriend again, which I didn't even know he was starting to reconcile, which is interesting. So almost like on a spiritual level, I knew that, hey, I'm going to back off from it. Plus, I never really, Leo and I are like the friends with benefit kind of, like if we ever had a rapport. Like,
a lot of sexual tension, right, Sandrine? A lot of sexual tension.
Hand job
more
here
like
and there.
physical no, it wouldn't be that. But it's just like, I feel like probably in past lives, me and Leo mastered the friends with benefit dynamic. That's what I think.
So in the early 1940s, you might have blown him in an Oldsmobile.
You're hilarious.
All right, I was driving a Ford Model T, and
a top hat. You had a top
I had a top hat.
There was a bunch of silver coins rattling around in your pockets.
Oh yeah,
you're out front of the lumber yard.
Yeah,
during the French Revolution.
No doubt. Picked you up, Sandrine. We went to the local pub.
I think you were going to. What were you doing? You were leaving Morgan Stanley Bank, and you had just invested in railroad bonds.
There we go.
And she was dressed up in the traditional style of the era, flapper. She had like what looks like one of those swim caps, really short haircut.
Yep.
You were like, you put on a record in your house after you got back. You're like, hey, this is one of them, one of those darky fellas from Louisiana. See?
Nat King Cole, he's got a smooth voice.
Yeah, he can really blow on the trumpet. See? And then Sandrine started blowing you.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's actually really cute.
I think that's honestly, that's probably how it happened, Sandrine.
Sandrine was once upon a time royalty in France. And during the French Revolution, she tried to flee, and Leo was the carriage driver, but they were caught. Leo demanded oral sex in exchange for safe travel, but they were caught. Sandrine was beheaded.
Jesus.
Leo kept the head.
There we go.
Sicko.
Use it for his penis.
Mr. Executioner, may I beg of your pardon, and would you provide me the severed head of the wench? My liege, why do you request such a thing? Well, I would like it as a token to, shall we say, keep me company. Sandrine, would that be disturbing if you knew that Leo was fucking your severed head from a past life?
Oh, my God.
Everything. I like to leave the past in the past, but I doubt that.
Of course. Father, why'd you have to bring us back there, you dick? You're a jerk, man.
I doubt that.
Dude, yeah.
Danny, did you ever see Danny, did you ever see Chase's Instagram story a few days ago?
No.
Chase a Bodine?
Chase, Leo's friend.
Chase. Oh, no.
Chase.
Oh, the guy who wants to suck my dick?
Oh, God. Yeah, what about him?
Couch's friend. And
what did he do?
He walked into some rehearsal, like little jam rehearsal, and then the guys were just started like jamming out into Friends, like the Friends theme song. It was hilarious. And I'm like, oh, how perfect timing, seeing as that I just told Danny,
thank you, Sandrine. I want to keep doing role plays about Leo and Sandrine hooking up in ages past.
Sandrine, why don't we ask Sandrine, what era do you think we might have exchanged some bodily fluids in?
Please
Probably
tell us, Sandrine.
The ancient Egypt days.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys give me off Mark Anthony and Cleopatra vibes.
So I was a Greek kind of.
I know you were a pharaoh, Leo.
I was a pharaoh. There we go.
You were a pharaoh, and Sandrine was a slave. And she was moving. So Sandrine, we're not going to do the role play for you here. You've been ordered to move a gigantic hunk of granite 300 miles across the open desert.
Right, and for fun, I would make you move it backwards sometimes. Just
so do the role play, Leo. Tell her that in character as the pharaoh. Okay, a bunch of peons carried you out on a big sled underneath you, and you're up there, and you've got a throne, and it's got a canopy, and they're fanning you with palm fronds. Tell Sandrine how you want her to move the granite block.
Slave Sandrine down there. Well, why are you looking up at me? I told you never to look up at me. Stop the carriage. Sandrine, move that rock to the left and to the right 4 times while chanting, I need Leo's big dick. Go.
Yeah, I would not
do
have
that
been
to you.
No, I
No,
wouldn't be
you're
a
in
slave.
character,
I'm a princess.
Sandrine.
No,
You're in
I'm- no,
character, Sandrine. Respond in
impossible.
character.
No, this is
So
impossible. I would've
Danny,
been a
why don't you play
princess.
Sandrine since she's not playing herself right now? So
No,
why don't you
Sandrine's going to play herself.
Sandrine.
You must
I'm
do
a
this.
princess.
I'm sorry. It could end in a happy ending,
My
Sandrine.
name is-
You're not a
just saying.
princess. You're a laborer.
Sandrine, you're
No,
a captured
no.
princess.
Princess Alexandria.
Sandrine, they caught you in Nubia.
Yeah.
And you were too far away from your home, so they just wrote
Right.
you off as new slave meat.
Right.
And they took you down the Nile or up the Nile, and now you're having to move blocks for you're Khufu. Okay, you're Khufu.
Yeah,
Leo.
okay, good.
So Sandrine, come on. If you're a princess, make your plea that you're a princess in character.
Look, I'll give you this. You're pretty, but you are strong. You have a a big back for a woman. So they saw a lot of potential in it and wanted to throw you into the rock moving kind of.
It's a good business.
It's a great business.
And if Sandrine, if you don't do the role play right now, they're going to throw you to the crocodiles.
Right.
In the Nile.
Here, Sandrine, I'll set you up. Sandrine, do as I say.
So I would literally just haul ass and leave. I would not just bow down to Leo because he's asking me to suck his ding dong.
That's not what he's
I was
asking
doing.
you.
I wanted you to move the stove.
You want you to
Oh.
move the 300-pound block of granite.
Just move it where I say, and I'd like to watch you do it.
Okay.
So you'll move the rock. Oh, you're moaning in such an interesting way. Why don't you come up here and sit on my lap? Sometimes I like a nice sweaty slave woman.
My liege, I've brought forth the royal priest to bless the servant.
Oh, perfect. Priest, bless us. Bless the servant.
And remember, you got to be reading from the Book of the Dead.
He's going to read from the Book of the Dead.
Eko Thomas, Eka Do, Estogote, Eka Mate.
All right, slave girl, how are you?
Wait, I have a scarab. Use that as a butt plug.
Sandrine, so wait, you don't like this idea that I was a pharaoh, and like it's possible that we had sex in honestly in any age and time, and that's one of them that could have existed. We're just
I
kinda,
know. I
we're
told
kinda
Leo
spitballing
about
here.
this.
We're spitballing.
Yeah, I
Who
told Leo
knows?
that I'm sure we did it behind a rock once in like the ancient Egypt.
You told
times,
Leo
and-
that? She told you this?
She did
Yeah,
tell
and
me
you
this.
too, Danny, but not at the same time. It was like different points. Different.
So we've
times.
already had sex, Sandrine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. In fact, since we're talking about past lives, I was actually looking at pictures of Belushi last night. Danny, do you remember your past life at all by chance?
Yeah, I
Danny?
think I do.
What do you
And
remember about?
I do remember I was doing some sort of show, and I think it was taped live, and I was doing comedy.
Wow. So you were a big
No, but do
comedian.
you have any real recollection, Danny? Because sometimes I wonder, and it doesn't mean it's true, but sometimes I wonder if Danny was John Belushi, because I actually knew John Belushi in my last life when I was Linda, and Belushi's best friend was actually Jack, and Belushi would come to my house, my parents' house, and eat all the food. That's what actually happened in my last life, swear to God.
Is that what you would do?
Yeah, I remember showing up at Sandrine's
But
parents'
I don't
house,
know if
and I remember
Danny's
wearing a
actually-
college sweatshirt,
Right.
and I remember just having a bottle of Jack Daniels in my hand, chugging it, and then blacking in 4 hours later in a pantry just covered in food crumbs.
Oh wow, you must have been filming that movie, Animal House.
Maybe
Yeah,
I had just been on the set.
I
I think you were
earlier
just
that
been on the set of
Yeah.
Animal House. That totally makes sense. That was a good time
No,
in
this
his
was
life.
probably,
he was partying it
I
up.
think this was earlier
Lots of cocaine.
70s, though. But yeah,
It was
no, Jack
it was
friends
earlier.
with
When he
Belushi.
was more handsome. It was skinny Belushi.
Yeah,
Sandrine, do you remember? Were you with me that night at the Chateau Marmont?
when he?
Were you there?
no,
Was
that was
Linda and I
Kathy
ejected my
Smith,
fatal
wasn't
speedball?
it?
What?
Huh? Are we
She
talking
said
about
that
when,
was Kathy Smith.
Are we talking about?
Are you
when,
sure you
when,
weren't Kathy Smith?
No, I wasn't. My name was.
What'd you do to
Linda.
Kathy Smith?
That night,
No.
Kathy Smith, right after I injected the speedball, people think it was just like plunger down and flatline, John Belushi dead. I had 3 kick-ass hours up in that hotel room.
Fuck yeah.
Kathy Smith,
Kathy Smith?
the thing I talked her
that
into
was her
doing with
name.
the soap bar, Leo, would make your head spin.
No.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Dude, I put a Dove bar
Oh, God.
up her asshole.
Jesus
And then I
Christ.
emptied an entire bottle of drugstore shampoo into her twat.
Holy shit.
I don't know why. I was just
Holy shit.
I wanted, for some reason, because the speedball, it's half cocaine, half heroin. I think the cocaine made me really neurotic, and it just made me want to be absolutely sure the Orify were clean before I entered them.
My God.
So yeah, it was. Then after I had sex with her, after that, bubbles were coming out, floating around the room.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sandrine, how do you feel about that?
I know Danny's just saying all this for entertainment purposes, but I just sent, Leo, I just sent you a picture of Danny from our night together, me and Danny's night together, and a picture of Belushi. And it's just like, there's a lot of resemblance, and you guys can like maybe put it on the pod. I just sent it to Leo.
It's kind of close. I'm Belushi, dude.
I guess you're Belushi, dude. That's so funny, but that is the picture. This is the Belushi that I believe you would be.
Yeah, this is the
past life.
So hold that up to the audience, Leo. That's what I was wearing when I raided Sandrine's parents' pantry.
It's the college. That's a great sweater. You should. I should get one of those.
I mean, even look at the nose. I just sent another one, Leo, and here's another. I just sent 2 more. Let's like. I want Danny to see these.
That doesn't look like me. I am John Belushi, though, so Sandrine.
Dude, I don't know. I think she looked like John. It's honestly not even close.
Sandrine, what do you think? This is, I mean, he really embodies the whole Kurt Cobain, it's better to flame out than fade away mentality. What do you think? Die young at the peak of your powers or live a long, happy life where you're not so productive in the later decades? Which is better?
The first sounds better, actually.
So, Sandrine, you would be happy if you died tomorrow.
I actually don't. I'm not afraid of death anymore. Ever since Jack died, I'm just like, I don't care.
Sandrine's, she's died so many times.
Yeah, I mean, she's just going to come back.
Yeah.
Sandrine,
I don't know if I'm going to come back. I'm probably just
I
going
don't
to
think Jack, I mean, hot take here, but I'm not sure Jack was into you, Sandrine. I think it's time for you to drop it.
Oh, no, he told me that he had stopped communicating to me. This was in 2020. He had stopped communicating to me and took himself out of his life, took himself out of my life because he had truly loved me and he didn't want to hurt me. He felt he was going to hurt me, like emotionally. And I found out later on that he had, from his brother, he had liver sclerosis. He had a lot of health problems. So he probably did not want him to die on me. At a very young age, at me being so young. And he also just was a mess. I mean, the last time I talked to him on the phone was 2020 in September. That was the last time I spoke to him on the phone. Wow. So, Sandrine, but it's because of Danny that Jack even called me. I thank you, Danny, for doing. He was threatened by you. Jack was like, he wanted to. He actually. I'll try to quote this as best I can. He said, at first I thought he was like this amusing buffoon, and then I come to, and then he was watching. He said something about like he was talking. Or I don't know
John
how he
Belushi
said it. It was
reincarnated,
funny.
More like it.
He actually.
Johnny, you're looking the wrong way.
Oh, you think he's in hell, Jack?
He actually was watching Kissing Girls in Las Vegas during coronavirus while I was on the phone with him, and then when I said he brings joy to people, and Jack's like, I don't want to hear how he brings joy to people. Just like, he was like, I don't want to hear it. And then he
was
stopped
thinking it was
watching
sexual joy. It's on. He probably watched the session with the psychic in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and he was probably real threatened by that.
All right. Austin's got a premise for you. Listen up, Sandrine.
So this is a number of years ago, a few hundred years ago. You're an old Chinese woman in a straw tent. You hear screaming and fire and clashing of weapons. Suddenly, a horse is marching in front of your house. And it's Leo as Genghis Khan.
Oh, my God.
And Leo is there as one of his right-hand soldiers.
I am, you mean?
Danny
Danny is, yes.
Oh, my God.
Start.
Okay.
This is a past life. This is how you and Sandrine fell in love.
Come out of your straw house.
This here on the horse is the honorable, the divine Genghis Khan. We, peasant woman, will let you practice your own religion, and we will bring you technology and science from across the empire. But first, you must have a sexy with the Genghis Khan.
Sandrine, you have no aptitude. Where are you? Where are you on this?
This was a great scenario. This was a great.
Yeah, it's hard for. I've never really engaged in improv where the content is so sexual. Sorry, guys. It's a little.
I'm
It's a little
sorry.
throwing me off.
That's
Character Sandrine.
I have
for a
another
second.
scenario.
Give us- What's up?
No, we're sticking with this.
We got
Okay, how about
Sandrine.
this?
Set it up too much.
Sandrine,
Also,
listen,
since I'm
we have
not
set it up. I
visible,
did my
it's
lines. They
very
did his lines.
hard
You were a
because-
small Asian woman in a straw house. Come out and say something to Genghis Khan, the great Genghis Khan.
Your life is gonna improve, no doubt, Sandrine, but he's gonna have to have sex with you because that's what he does to everybody in the village.
Unfortunately, that's just part of the story.
Oh, here it is. Say something to her, Your Majesty.
Ishimamoto? Oh?
Oh, who's this Danny man over here?
You do not look at my assistant. You look at me.
Hold your tongue, devil woman, or I cut off your head with a scimitar.
You know, I have a saying. It is no fun if the homies cannot have a psalm. So, Danny, you go ahead and take first this little woman.
Yeah.
Have
And
fun.
if she makes even one sound in protest, we chop off her head and catapult over the Great Wall.
Shimamoto, Horiate, Origamoto.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, oh.
Okay, you killed it this time, Sandrine.
Sandrine, see,
you killed it.
that's what we're talking about. That was way better.
Good shit.
Thank you.
That was good. See, everybody can believe that scenario. I mean,
Hey, good. That was a good job, Austin. Good setup there.
yeah.
No, my
That's
brother
good. See,
actually
Sandrine, we
was
can really
trying
do
to
this
study.
infinitely. Maybe later on in the podcast, we can go back to caveman times.
I think we do have to end the podcast on one more scenario for.
Yeah,
right.
caveman times. I mean, if there's anybody even more rapey than Genghis Khan, it's your average everyday caveman.
They had a good movie. I think it's called Quest for Fire. They just like rape chicks in it, because that's
Sounds
what
great.
happened.
Sounds
No,
great.
they're searching for fire. It's like, and they meet this woman that they kind of rape, and then they take her into the cave from another tribe, and she knows how to make fire. She's the Chad Keel of the cave people, and then all of a sudden, now they love her, and she's like a god because they would have to look for lightning and go and like nurture a fire that they would capture because they didn't know how to make.
It's like Pocahontas.
It's kind of.
I love Pocahontas. I think I was her in my last in another
I'm in
life.
Chicago.
Oh,
Way.
she was underage at the time, but
Was she?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Disney, that doesn't surprise me.
I didn't even mean to say Pocahontas. I meant Sacagawea.
I'm going to take a piss real quick. Do you mean Sacagawea?
Yeah, but that's
Is
not
that how you say it
pronounce
now? Is that-
Chicago.
is that-
You got to be culturally sensitive.
Yeah, I was
bro.
going to
hear
say,
it.
listen to Leo. How unbased. Or
Whoa.
listen to Austin saying,
Yo, I'll talk to him about that while you go pee. Go for it. So what were you saying? Say it again.
It's Sacagawea.
Sacagawea for real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say your name. At least that's what they taught us in school.
Funny, I have to pee too. That's hilarious. I wonder if I should pee too. Should I pee at the same
Pee
time as
with
Danny?
a swab, but you have to hold the phone, of course. Go to the
Sandrine, were
bathroom.
you Sacagawea and Leo was one of the Lewis and Clark? Were you Lewis or Clark?
I was probably Clark. He had a
Was
bigger
Danny
penis.
Lewis?
I'm gonna have to hold it.
Did you just like so Lewis and Clark discovered the beaver, right? Were you just getting so much pussy that you were like, that's a fucking beaver?
Fuck yeah. I was
Yeah.
like a beaver for a beaver, baby. I'd come in, I'd be like, hey, boys, I got a beaver, and I'm getting some beaver when I go home. Woo!
And then you
everyone would
saw-
be like, Clark. And I'd be like, fuck Lewis, he's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I think I didn't fuck with Lewis because Lewis and Clark, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to put the name first, and I said, you fucking son of a...
A grizzly bear killed one of your homies, so you named them.
Damn.
You named them after fat gay guys.
Damn, dude. Like Mudflap? But Fat Mudflap is not gay. It was a joke. But anyway,
well, I think the pinnacle of that was our Genghis Khan roleplay, personally.
that was unbelievably fun to do. And
She did
thank you,
good.
gentlemen. She did great. Honestly, she did a very wild and agitated Asian woman, and I love the way she did it.
Yeah, it was very, very untamed and primitive.
This just image of Leo as Genghis Khan burning everyone in the village, like it just came to me, bro.
It was good.
That's
I
all
love
could-
that she
that's
just
all I
didn't
could
like
think
any of
about.
the scenarios.
Yeah, I was going to say next scenario is like she's a Vietnamese woman in 1960, and you guys are both American soldiers.
Oh, no.
Oh, that would have been the next.
Hey, the sergeant's off on R&R.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're in charge today.
Let's go have some fun.
Hey, what do you think we drink this flask? I got a little bit of the brown stuff in my canteen, hidden,
Sounds
of
good to
course,
me.
from the MPs. What do you say we just raid some of these villages?
Sounds great.
Set a
man.
hut
Let's
on
do it.
fire.
Hell yeah. That's always
Ravage a
funny.
woman.
Love to see him scurry. It's the best.
I go with a scurry.
Yeah, I do, man.
Yeah.
Fucking-
All right.